Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
At this point of the season, and we didn't think we'd get to this point, but at this point of the season, every single night matters for the Phoenix Suns. Whether they play or not, there are results that are happening across the association that will have a direct impact on this team's ability to secure one of those final two spots. Yes, I said final two spots in the Western Conference playoff race. Because while the Suns were idle last night, the team directly in front of them in the standings, the team directly behind them in the standings, the two teams that could play spoiler that are behind them in the standings, all four of those teams were in action last night. And we used an analogy yesterday that I will bring back again today. Right now, the Phoenix Suns are the guy or gal at the blackjack table, and they're just on the heater. They are winning every hand. You've been to Vegas. You've been to the casinos here in town. You go out with some buddies, and on that night, just your buddy is just hot. Can't miss. Every hand, he's winning. Dealer's busting. He's splitting stuff, and it's working. He's doubling down, and it's working. Just everything is coming up your friend during your night on the town. That's the Phoenix Suns right now because they didn't play last night. They will be back in action tonight against the Boston Celtics, who will be more than likely without Jason Tatum. He is listed as doubtful for this game this evening. And while the Suns are on the sidelines, Suns aren't actively being dealt that hand of blackjack, the Pistons beat the Spurs 122-96. So one of those spoilers, the San Antonio Spurs, losers last night, couldn't inch a little closer, get a half game closer to the Phoenix Suns. The Mavs, playing the second game of a back-to-back, did not have Anthony Davis available. They lose to the Knicks 128-113. The Trailblazers at home against the Cleveland Cavaliers, a team that you just beat last Friday. Cavs win 122-111. And then the nightcap, the final game on our ledger. The Kings welcomed in the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Thunder beat the Kings 121-105. So where do things stand heading into tonight's nationally televised game between the Boston Celtics and the Phoenix Suns? They have the same record as the Sacramento Kings. They have a half-game advantage over the Dallas Mavericks after Dallas's loss last night. They have now a 3.5-game cushion on both Portland and San Antonio. And the reason why, on the eve of the baseball season, the night after the Suns don't play, they're our top story, is because I want to ask each and every one of you a question today. And it's a question that I don't think I would, if you asked me 3 months ago if I was going to ask this question, I would have laughed you out of the room and said there's no chance I asked that question. But it's a pretty simple one. Are the Phoenix Suns in the driver's seat for these final two spots in the Western Conference playoffs? Are they the team, out of all of the teams that I've mentioned, all of the teams that we're keeping an eye on, are they the team that you have the most confidence in right now? Sacramento has lost 4 in a row. They're 2-8 in their last 10. The Dallas Mavericks are 3-7 in their last 10. Portland on a 2-game losing streak. San Antonio, middle of the road right now, 5-5 in their last 10, so not able to gain any ground on a Phoenix Suns team that's 6-4 in their last 10. The Phoenix Suns have the second longest active winning streak in the Western Conference. Do you know who's sitting at number one? the one-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder, who've won 60 games after their win last night. That's the only team in the Western Conference that has an active winning streak longer than the Suns' 4-game winning streak. In fact, no other team in the Western Conference has a winning streak of more than a game other than the Thunder and the Suns. With just a handful of games left to go on the calendar, I think it is a fair argument to make that the Phoenix Suns are the team in the driver's seat. Not just because of how well they are playing lately, although that is a big factor, because tonight is game 3 of that tough 10-game stretch. They've aced games 1 and games 2 of that stretch. But we can't forget how difficult this stretch is going to be. They've played well recently. That's part of it. But do you know what the other part of it is? The Phoenix Suns hold the tiebreaker over the Dallas Mavericks by winning the season series. The Phoenix Suns play the Sacramento Kings in the last game of the regular season. If they are to win that game, and those two teams have the same record at the end of the regular season, which is exactly how it sits right now, both teams sitting at 35 and 37. So fast forward to the end of the year, the Suns, by beating the Kings in that final game, now are even in the standings with the Sacramento Kings. They've tied the regular season series, so they go to the next version of the tiebreaker, and the Suns own the second tiebreaker, meaning the Suns can finish with the same record as the Kings as long as they win that last game. And we know they have the tiebreaker over the Dallas Mavericks. Those are two nice chips to have in your back pocket. Those are two nice backup plans if you can't just outright be better than the Sacramento Kings and the Dallas Mavericks. And reminder, over the last 10 games, the Phoenix Suns have been 4 games better than the Sacramento Kings and 3 games better than the Dallas Mavericks. I know it's weird. I know you probably don't want to hop on board the train. But it is a slow-moving train. This is not a train, an Amtrak, that's speeding down. This is a slow-moving cargo train that all you have to do is just get into a slight jog alongside of it, and you can hop on board. And I'm telling you today that you should hop on board. The Phoenix Suns are in a better position today. They are in a better position today than they have been in the last 8 weeks, 3 months. They have the tiebreaker over Dallas. They would have the tiebreaker over Sacramento as long as they win that final game and those teams are tied in the standings. But with the way this team is playing right now, they just beat Cleveland and they just beat Milwaukee. We've told you that the 2 games we thought were most winnable on this schedule during this 10-game stretch were Houston at home and catching Oklahoma City on the second of a back-to-back. We thought those were the 2. Those 2 games still have yet to be played. And then, oh, by the way, you end your season with San Antonio, with Sacramento. We thought the magic number was 4. We thought this team needed to get to 37, maybe 38 wins, win 4 or 5 games. Tonight, they could get to 36 if they beat a shorthanded Boston Celtics team. With those 4 games that we mentioned still in front of them on the calendar. I get it. You've seen this story all year long. You have a larger sample size of this team being bad than you do of them playing this style of basketball. But they're winning. The results are filing in, and it is different. The players that are playing heavy minutes are different. The quality of the opponent is different, specifically in the last 2 games. It is different. I am not saying that this train is going all the way to the NBA Finals. I am not saying that this train that you should hop on board on is going to the Western Conference Finals. I won't even say that this train will stop in the NBA playoffs as the 8th seed. I won't go that far yet. But what I will say, when it comes to making the play-in tournament, when it comes to being the 9 or the 10 seed, this train feels like it's going to make that stop. This train feels like it is going to reach that destination. And the Phoenix Suns are the team that sit in the driver's seat. They are the conductor of that train right now. Playing better than Sacramento. Playing better than Dallas. And last night, 4 games that had a direct impact on the Phoenix Suns, they got all 4 results that they would have been looking for. And now tonight, they can continue this positive momentum if they extend this winning streak to 5. If they make it 3 in a row against playoff teams in the Eastern Conference. If they win tonight, it will be the 1, 2, and 5 seeds in the Eastern Conference taken down one after another after another. If that isn't a large enough sample at this stage of the season, it is easy for this team, with where they were at 2 weeks ago, to just put this on autopilot, to put this on cruise, and just coast to the end of the season. They are fighting for this, and it is leading to this fun run that they have been on. And I think with the way the results looked last night, the Phoenix Suns, with the tiebreakers that they have, with the games still in front of them that we think they can win, this team is in the driver's seat for not just the 10 seed. They are in the driver's seat to be the 9 seed and host a play-in tournament game.